Hey guys, Sean Zine, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor. Another Connection Conversation Show episode where we're going to bring some massive value in a short period of time, guys. A lot of you don't have the attention span, so we're going to go max 15 minutes. Drop some massive value. Take some notes. If you're watching us live, drop a hashtag live on the replay, hashtag replay. The least you can also do is drop a comment where you're watching from. If you have questions for us, drop them below. We will get back to you as soon as possible. All questions will be answered. And also drop your favorite emoji. Couple housekeeping, additional thing, a little sponsor. Take a look at in my description. It's called Got Backup. If you need anytime you lost images of loved ones or videos, it's a great company. It's in US, it's in Texas. It beats iCloud, Dropbox, Google Drive. You get 6 terabytes for $9.97 a month. Definitely check it out. Wonderful opportunity for each and every one of you. Let me bring on my next guest. We have Phil Ross. What's going on, Phil? How are you?
Hey, Sean, how are you? Hello to your audience. I'm glad to be with you guys today.
Thanks so much for, man, taking some time out of your busy day. I appreciate you. And I wanted to, before we even get into it, my daughter's making a cameo as always, trying to get in there, right? Who are you, Phil, and what do you do, man?
All right. Who is your daddy and what does he do? My name is Phil Ross, also known as Master Phil, Kettlebell King. I have black belts in 4 systems of the martial arts. I am a master kettlebell instructor. I'm a college professor. I own certifications. I have a thing called the Survival Strong certifications, where it's self-defense, defensive tactics. I've written a book on that one. And here real quick is one of the books that's just dropped. Okay. And a guide to street survival and strength. And I have seminars around that. I've been doing those for years. I just booked a couple more I'll be doing. Those will be out when I actually sign the paperwork, but I got 2 more booked for the fall. I also own a certification called the BodyBell method, which is a registered trademark. And we focus on kettlebells, body weight, and dynamic tension. And it's also recognized by ACE and NASM for continuing education credits. So if you're a Group X trainer or a personal trainer, you need your credits. A, you can get them from me. B, you get in our system. C, you take advantage of our SEO and your name goes up there. We also do affiliate programs with fitness centers. I have a couple of shows booked. I'm doing a seminar in Mawa, a level 1 and 2 in the second weekend in November. And then I'm flying to Arizona, doing there the first weekend in October. And I'll also be at the SWC Boston Mania, running 3 certifications up there at that fitness expo the first weekend in November. So, and that's just some of the stuff. I got a whole bunch of stuff going on. I got a new book coming out after this called Exercise Snacks. And I'm currently writing a book for the Books for Dummies, Managing Back Pain. So yeah, I'm rocking and rolling here because the thing that I like to bring to people is I try to help people live better longer through strength, self-defense, and self-reliance. That's what I'm about.
Man, dude, how do you even fit all that in your day? And it's funny to me. A lot of people will say, oh, I can't come on your show. I can't figure out 15 minutes. Dude, look at what Phil can do in a day. And he's allowing us, a 15-minute window to drop some massive value. And it's important. Self-defense, keeping yourself healthy. These are all things that if you're in business and you're not keeping yourself healthy, you're not at the top of your game, because you're not going to be able to continue to, get through your day. You're going to
absolutely
have some bad habits that come up later on, and you want to be healthy. I always say this, I like to work out so that I can continue to beat my kids no matter how old they are.
Absolutely.
Like they want to be like, oh shit, Dad can still do this. Yes. I want to be the grandfather the same way. Right.
Yep. Hey, put it this way. I'll be 62 in a couple of months. And my son, Division I athlete, he lives up in Maine. He came down, we were working out, and he goes, damn, he goes, you're still such a specimen. I was like, I had one of the guys I do mindset training too. And one of my guys, a professional MMA fighter, he was up here visiting his family. So he came by for a workout. We worked out on Wednesday morning. We hit it hard. And he's like, I can't believe couldn't believe the pace I keep when I'm training and the weight I'm moving. And, it's just a matter of consistency. And I tell people, look, you don't have to train like me or be a Navy SEAL or whatever else, which I did. Well, anyway, you don't have to do that. what's the biggest objection that people have to training? It's I don't have the time.
Yes.
First of all, make the time. Secondly, I have solved that problem with my next book. It's called Exercise Snacks, Fitness 5 Minutes at a Time. There are 55 workouts you can do in a 6x6 area with little to no equipment. And I teach you how to do all that stuff in the book. Plus, I have a YouTube channel which has a ton of free content, over 700 videos on there at the Master Phil. Please check it out, use it. I mean, I have other ones that you can purchase, but heck, you know what? I have a lot of free content out there. Go there, man, use it. I'm trying to help.
It's funny. I'm glad you said that. A lot of people are afraid to drop value for free. They're like, oh, I got to charge people. No, the more you put out for free, even Gary Vee talks about this, the more you can consistently give value, they'll pay whatever you're selling. They'll pay for it down the road. But if you can give them, you're giving them little bits and pieces, because not everybody will follow a program. And that's a problem. They should follow a program and they would have success and have the results that they want. That's where they lack right now. They're, I want to get fit. If we're talking about getting fit, and it goes for 1 or 2 weeks, and that's it. It's over with. That's like gyms. They love fitness people in January, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, one of the major things, like, I don't prescribe to that New Year's resolution garbage, because why should one day be any different than any other day? I talk to it all the time. I've been asked about it, and that's the way I am and the way I feel about it. I believe I'm right. But the major thing you said, I want to get fit. People want to lose weight, want to do this, do that, the other thing. You have to be specific. I abide by SMART goals: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-based. And then what you do when you achieve the goal, or if you miss it, you do the ER, which is evaluate and reassign or reassess the goal. And you move from there. But you have to have some type of structure. You have to have consistency. Like I say, consistency is the key. I talk about that in my presentations that I do. I have this one called stress reduction and performance enhancement. Okay, you have to be consistent. And that's one thing that I really don't see. And the thing is, you have this great tool. We're all attached to our phones, right? So schedule the time in. Schedule it in. You asked me how I get stuff done. I was working at 6 this morning. That means I was up earlier, right? I made sure I do my warm up every morning. Sean, every morning I do my warm up. Sometimes it's shorter, sometimes it's longer, but usually it's a good 15 to 20 minutes. And I get that in, because I have to be able to move during the day. And no matter what happens, I did something that day. I moved.
That is a lack. That's an important thing. You have some success early on in your day. It's why they say, make your bed at least and get into a workout, get moving. If we stop moving, we're going to be dead. That's why I'm always moving, making sure we're active. Phil, I love what you have in your background. I always like to look at what's in the vicinity of my guests. You have a lot of books there. You have your flyer. Books, personal development, self-development. Can you talk to that for us?
Oh, sure. I mean, I'm always reading or writing a book. It seems sometimes I'm working on two. Like the one I'm reading right now is I just got it in. It's the one about entrepreneurship, and then I'm rereading another one I like. I love this book. Read it over 30 years ago. Rogue Warrior with Dick Marcinko. He's the guy who developed SEAL Team 6. I actually had the great fortune of doing a little work with him. The guy was just amazing. He's since passed. So I'm rereading that book because I just really enjoyed the snot out of it. It's you want to read books that are going to really expand your mind. Like my favorite author is Thomas Sowell. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he's a great economist and he's fantastic. He's an older guy. I guess he's in his 80s right now. He's written books on the economy. He's written books on historic, positions in society, like, how the different social ramifications have shaped the nation and shaped people's perceptions. The guy's amazing. He's my favorite writer. I've read many of his books.
Fantastic. You mentioned entrepreneurship.
Yes.
This is something a lot of people are watching. They don't talk about too much in schools today, and it should be happening. I love entrepreneurs.
You know why?
I'm a teacher, but I love being an entrepreneur, having something you build
Yeah,
and for the future, and you get paid for what you put into it. The
exactly.
generations today seem like they're very, they think they're going to get paid a lot of money coming out of college, coming out of high school. You're going to have to work to get to whatever income level you
Oh
want
yeah.
to have. But entrepreneurship, I think, is something that we should be able to help some people as well out. You're
Yep.
an entrepreneur.
Yes.
How are you able to? What are some tricks or strategies we can share that come off the top of your head that are being successful for you? And let's talk about, and also where some failure.
Okay, sure. There's a lot of failures, to tell you the truth. So that's number one. But I will tell you, one thing that I could really get into it if we were at a little deeper dive on our education system. It's not really set up to create entrepreneurs. It's set up to create workers. But that's a discussion for another time. I teach at the college level, and I've actually created college courses, and what we're told there. I don't care. I'm saying what I want. It's the truth. What we're told there is like to make it more theoretical than practical, because I do things practical. Because I want these kids, when they take my class, they go out there with fungible actions. They have skill set that they can actually use to make money. So one big example, I created this class for becoming a personal trainer, and I had to do it like a certain way, but I teach it my way. I don't care who hears me, but you know what? When my kids come out of that school, they have a 12-week reformation program that they can present and make money from. So I make them do a program design for 12 weeks for whatever it is, whether they want to do Zumba, Jiu-Jitsu, kettlebells, weight training, bodybuilding, whatever it is. And then they have to do a slide presentation, and they have to make a 3-fold brochure. So when they leave my classroom, bam, they got something they can make money at right away. And I'll tell you, like, there's not too many, professors that would talk about this. I also teach, how to run a business, and I talk about the WIFM. You know what the WIFM is?
No.
Yeah, it's what's in it for me. Everybody wants to know what's in it for me. They don't care. They don't care, how great you are, or this, that, and the other thing. You know what? What's in it for me? Do you solve my problem? Because you can't sell to anyone. They have to buy from you. Just remember that you can't sell to anyone. They have to buy from you. So you have to make that impetus to buy. So the tough thing is trying to position the strategy so that people have the impetus to buy and to get the right eyes on it. So you have to know your avatar. You have to build your funnels. I mean, I built a couple of funnels. I built one for my Secrets of Kettlebells and one for my Survival Strong. And that's out there. Boom, funnel. And it's going to funnel out the people that are only interested to some level. And then the ones who want to go to other levels, it prompts them on. So, the only key that I can give you is consistency and a lot of work and a lot of love. Like, people say I work a lot of hours, but you know what? I love doing what I'm doing. Look, I love doing this right now. I love putting up my YouTube videos. I have one of my guys, I'm going to be away. So, one of my guys says, oh yeah, I need this, that, and the other thing. You know what I did? I just put together a 23-minute video, put it up on YouTube right now on mobility, because he's a little bit older. He's already made strides with the mobility training that I've been giving him, and he doesn't want to miss it, but he wants to have the proper guidance. So I threw it that YouTube. I actually talk about it. I think it was like last week. I just finished filming 3 workouts. One of my old guys hits me up, Coach, do you have any videos on the high-low windmill? And I'm like, I don't know. I think so, but just in case. I went and I made a whole new video on it, posted up on YouTube, threw it up on Instagram for everyone to look at. So, it's about sharing that knowledge, creating the interest in everything. Like, as a matter of fact, one of the things I'm going to be doing, I know we're getting short on time, but I also have a thing called the Tactical Fitness Challenge, and I'm paired with pinning down autism. And I already have a couple of dates set up for that, which that's going to be cool. People can check that out as well. Because, hey, we're competing. And what else are we doing? We're helping people cure autism, or at least, help to find a cure.
I love that, man. Giving back. What Phil was saying, as far as if you're in his classes, you're going to have a case study. You're going to be able to put stuff out consistently. He develops his own funnels, which I have myself as well. I'm a full-time teacher. I didn't do any internet marketing. I've learned it all myself, and I've created funnels instead of a website, which doesn't get you any business at all. Mm-hmm. Funnels will actually go through, sell your product without you even doing anything, and you have a link. Someone takes a look at it, and you rock and roll. Massive value here, guys. If you haven't been awake, you might want to, get yourself awake, have some caffeine, and get it from the beginning. Is there any final thoughts you can share with us for those that are involved with business that you can help them get their game to the next level?
You want to see something cool? I mean, I'm sure somebody else does it, but I just came up with this like about 5-6 months ago. People love it. I have my QR codes right on the back of my business card. So there's 2 of my funnels, 2 of my sites right there. And so you hand somebody the card, got all my information on it, and then boom, they flip it over. They can get it to anywhere they want. People love the QR codes. I would say, spend a little money, make a couple QR codes, and you want to have consistent messaging. Be consistent in your message. And one of the things that I had an issue with, but I'm getting better at, is drilling down and just sticking with 1 or 2 things instead of 97 things. So that's what I'm actually in the process of that right now. So within 6 months, I'll be culling out certain things that I'm doing and just sticking with the other ones. So, but you have to find out what's going to hit first. I know that my BodyBell method has more appeal than the self-defense. Shouldn't, but it does. So I'm focusing my energy there.
Wow, I like that. And yes, I agree with you with the business card having your QR code. Guys, you want something free? Go to bit.ly.com. Bit.ly, you can shorten your long ass links and create a link and also a QR code. You can go to Vistaprint. I use Vistaprint. Shout out here, right? And you can get your business cards. It's all there. Someone can just put their phone right over your QR code, go right to your funnel, and business is happening without you doing anything.
Yep. You want me to tell you something? I see these cards. I had these printed. I mean, I'm not getting anything plugged for Staples, but
right.
$25. $25. I made it myself online. 500 cards for $25. Are you kidding me? It's ridiculous. You have no reason not to do it. None.
And just like I preach and Phil's preaching, that's why I love this energy and this value that we're bringing. Consistency, whatever you're doing with your health, with your business, with doing video, with putting out content. I'm constantly doing content. Phil's doing stuff. His client wants something. He'll go shoot a video and send it to them and put it on YouTube. You do what you got to do. So you are an emulation. People want to be inspired by you. You inspire me. And that's what's important, that others have to be in that same mindset. That's why I always tell people, I'm here to help you, motivate you, and inspire you. And if that's something you live by, you're going to help a lot of people. And I know we help people today, Phil. I appreciate you coming on today. Guys, take a look at the description. Check out Phil's information. Reach out to him. Look at his I'm going to pick up his book as well. Look at his programs he's got. Connect with him. Mention the podcast. Don't forget, hit share. Hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. There's a couple other playlists you'll see at the end of this video. Take a look at it. We're all about value. If you want to be on the next podcast, reach out to me. I'd love to have you. And as always, have yourself an awesome rest of your day.
Strength and honor.